Their rivalry with East Tennessee State. I'm John Wilkerson with Vince Ferrara. It's the first of 5 games this week. A 4 o'clock start today, 4 o'clock start tomorrow against Oakland, and then Wright State will be in town for games 6:30 on Friday, 6 o'clock on Saturday, and 1 o'clock Sunday for the finale, and that's the final tune-up before the next week leads into SEC play. Getting the ball for the Big Orange will be sophomore left-hander number 1, Blaine Brown, making his 3rd start, no wins or losses, an earned run average of 0. Of course, he primarily is going back and forth between left field and as the DH in Tennessee's lineup, leads the team in home runs, runs batted in, and tied for runs scored. He'll be opposed by somebody who is a senior, a left-hander named Tristan Curlis, very identical to Brown. He's making his 2nd appearance. This will be his 1st start. He has a scoreless inning where he struck out 3. He's hitting .349 for the season, bats 3rd for the Buccaneers, leads the team with 5 home runs, and tops the squad with 15 runs batted in. Last year, ETSU got the better of Tennessee with a 10th inning victory, beating the Volunteers 7-6. So Tennessee had won 4 in a row prior to last year's visit for ETSU down from Johnson City, and the Vols would certainly like to get a little payback this season. So why don't we get the last word from the dugout with the coach of the Volunteers, Josh Elander, and it's brought to you by our friends at First Horizon Bank. Big bank muscle, small bank hustle, the official bank of the Vols.
Coach, how many boxes would you like to check start to finish with all that's in front of Tennessee this week?
Well, I just think we have a great opportunity. I mean, 5 games on our home field, and we got some good weather with the weather warming up a little bit. So we'll take some sunshine and some competition. That's what's on the menu this week. But with 5 games, we'll just attack each game at a time and go that way.
The Vols got a much-needed win on Saturday after dropping the opener in Texas. What do you think it meant to this club collectively to follow up Saturday's outstanding performance with another solid start-to-finish win against Virginia Tech?
Yes, sir. No, what we talked about as a team, I mean, it's a sign of a good team when you get punched in the mouth on Friday and you have a little bounce-back win on Saturday against a really good club, and then you finish the weekend on a Sunday, right? So, but big picture, we talked about it with the offense. I mean, we're far from firing on all cylinders, right? We haven't played anywhere near our best. So I think the more we can get these guys out on the field together, really excited about that. But it was a good sign in the weekend, but also big picture, we know we can play better, and 5 opportunities to do that this week on our home field.
You get the first opponent, and it's one that you bring in the midweek opponents. Everybody wants to take a swipe at the Vols in their own backyard, but this is a state rival, a one that won in Knoxville last year. Just give us your thoughts on what it is, the backdrop for Tennessee against East Tennessee State when the Bucks and the Big Orange square off.
Yeah, it's a game that we're all looking forward to. There's no doubt. I think both dugouts. There's some kids from Knoxville on the other side, and a lot of people from the East Tennessee baseball community just in general between Knoxville. And there are a lot of good people, and the players are kind of littered throughout both rosters for sure. But, you know, again, when I think back to, you know, Jordan Beck hitting a walk-off homer, and then they tagged us late last year in an extra inning game. So it's one of those deals you got to hook it up because you can get a little bit of everything on these games. So excited to see how our guys compete, and we made it clear what kind of game this is for us tonight.
And you also have the unique perspective of one Brady Frederick as he made the trip and left Johnson City to join the team in Knoxville. What do you think in terms of this day might be like for him?
Yeah, I definitely think we'll get him out there. You know, again, I still remember him throwing pretty well versus us on the other side last year until Keelan tagged him late to left center. But, you know, again, we got a couple guys that are battling some sick bug against. We'll have to adjust the pitching a little bit. But we'll roll with Blaine tonight, give him a little more runway, kind of see how it goes. And then I know we need to get Bo Rudy out there because that was the one thing on the weekend I was frustrated with is we weren't able to get him out there at any point. And he's going to be a big piece for us. So we'll try to get him out there and let him run a little bit tonight too.
As you fill out the card and look at what you want to accomplish in today's game, is there much of a difference knowing that you have another game 24 hours from now?
I think so. But again, what I've learned over the years from some of the other coaches I've been around is you attack the game you're at, right? You worry about the day, you win the day that you're at, right? So I think there's a lot of things pitching-wise, like Ren and I have met ad nauseum over the last 36 hours trying to map this thing out. But at the same time, too, I think our offense needs to get going, take some good swings on our home field, and give us some breathing room on that side of the ball so we can get some of those pitchers out there because, you know, I wasn't happy with some of those guys in some of the game came out there that really weren't attacking the strike zone, right? So, but we just need to get these young guys that are talented back out on the mound as many touches as they can before we get to SEC play.
East Tennessee State has won all 3 of its weekend series, has swept all 3 of its weekends so far. They've lost their midweek games. What stands out when you look at that lineup, which consistently competes so well from one year to the next, don't they?
They do. I mean, their coaching staff does a great job, and it's a good blend of some portal guys, some homegrown guys, and some JUCO guys, right? So it's a little bit different lineup this year than it was in the past, but, they're going to roll a lefty on the mound versus us tonight, kind of an opener style, I think, like what we will do with Blaine. But, through okay last year, it's thrown 1 inning so far and had some success, right? So, again, they got some pen arms that can run up to 94, and they're going to play hard, and I know this is one that everybody has circled, right? So we just need to make sure we're ready to rock and roll from the jump.
As far as your lineup, are you doing anything different 1 to 9 for Tennessee this afternoon?
No, nothing too crazy tonight. Again, we'll roll with Stone will be behind the dish, and Newey will be at second, and Levi at first. So that'll be a little different from Sunday, but we got some reinforcements that are getting really close, right? So I think on the pitching side and on the offensive side. So we'll get through today, and then we'll look at it tomorrow because it could be a completely different look tomorrow.
Just a quick peek back at Sunday. How did you feel Chris Newstrom handled the position at first, and what did you think in terms of Levi? He looked like he had a really good game behind the plate.
Yeah, he was phenomenal back there. He really did a good job of keeping the ball in front and throwing out that guy early in the game. I think just kind of changed the whole tempo of the game. But Newey's a premium athlete. He can play all over the field. I mean, a high school shortstop, and he could play third, second, could play both outfield corners, and has even caught for us in the fall or whatever it may be. But that's something we looked at as we wait for Grimmer and some of those guys to get back, just getting those guys some reps at first base. And then Blanco, he's going to attack the strike zone. We got to play defense behind him. So, Newey did a good job over there. He's fully capable of doing it. But I thought Ariel and Manny turning that double play in the middle innings was huge. And again, there's going to be games we got to get that defense rocking and rolling. So that's a good one we feel good about with keeping the ball in front for sure.
Yeah, you mentioned that you hated not getting Rudy out there, but Braden Krenzel he kind of didn't let you take him out of the game, did he, with how well he performed?
Well, that's what we want. Don't let us take you out of the game, right? I mean, really, the way he's throwing the ball, I mean, there was no decision to be made, right? So it's been really cool because Braden had an up and down fall, right? And then, we met early before the season. I think sometimes those guys, they try to be something they're not or try to prove something, and you just got to play. So we're trying to get as many reps as we can so these guys can settle. But, I mean, him running the ball up to 97 and 3 pitches for strikes, I mean, 2 of his 3 outings, have been about as good as it gets, right? So I expect huge things from him throughout the entire season. But that was really cool to see because that could be a dangerous combo when you got Blanco throwing ride heaters at the top and then Krenzel throwing sinkers, and then he can throw 50, 60, 70 pitches, no problem. So that was really cool to see.
And as we have turned it into early March, the weather looks like it's out there. Should be a fantastic day to have the Vol fans at their full throat against ETSU, right?
Absolutely. No, again, I want to say thank you to all the Vol fans that came down to Dallas. It was awesome how they supported us. It was cool just walking around the venue down there and seeing lots of orange everywhere. So, again, I know we're all excited to continue to get this stadium broken in a little bit before we get to FCC play. So excited to see everybody out here tonight because we're going to need them.
That's right. It starts with ETSU. Busy week for Tennessee. Coach, good luck against the Buccaneers.
Thank you, John.
Our national anthem preceded by comments from the head coach of the Volunteers, Josh Elander. Tennessee has taken the field, and ETSU going to lead it off here in the top of the first as I hand it off to Vince Ferrara.
Thank you very much, John. Let's take a look at the Eastman starting lineups, and we'll begin by telling you about the starter for the Tennessee Volunteers. It is talented transfer from Rice, two-way star Blaine Brown. The left-hander and outfielder wears number 1, 6'5", 200 out of Houston, Texas. Started at Shadow Creek High School and transferred from Rice. Brown, no record, ERA of 0. This is his 3rd appearance. All starts. He has worked 2 scoreless innings, just giving up 1 hit, 1 walk allowed, 5 strikeouts, no extra base hits. Opponents hitting 143 against the starter for Tennessee, left-hander Blaine Brown. Here's the lineup he will oppose for the 9-2 ETSU Buccaneers. Leading off, the first baseman Nate Connor. Batting second baseman Ian Wanzon. Batting third, the pitcher Tristan Curlis. Hitting in the cleanup spot for ETSU, the shortstop Henry Ferguson. Batting 5th for ETSU in left field, Axel Melendez. Hitting 6th, center fielder Jamie Palmise, batting 7th and catching Mason Alt. Hitting 8th, the right fielder Joey Little, and batting 9th, third baseman Griffin Sorrow. The starter for ETSU, an opener, much like Blaine Brown, also a left-hander, and that is senior Tristan Curlis, no record, ERA of 0. We'll tell you more about him in the bottom of the first. The Tennessee lineup, just a quick run through that and what it will look like when the Vols come up to bat. Jay Abernathy leading off, Henry Ford batting 2nd. Blaine Brown will bat 3rd. Levi Clark in the cleanup spot. Reese Chapman hits 5th. Stone Wallace 6th. Tyler Myatt 7th. Chris Newstrom bats 8th. And Manny Marin in the 9-hole for Tennessee. That's a look at our Eastman starting lineups, brought to you by Eastman and our good friends at Food City, UT Recycling, and Waste Connections. Remember to put your plastic drinking cups and bottles in the recycling barrels when you visit Lindsey Nelson Stadium this season. Remember, good sports always give back.
So Tennessee and East Tennessee State getting ready to square off for the 92nd time. Tennessee with 70 wins, 21 for the Bucks. ETSU won the last get-together, so they are fired up. Tennessee wearing the home whites, white jerseys, white pants, and it is a left-handed batter, and Nate Connor to face the lefty, Blaine Brown. And it's time for today's first pitch. We are underway as it misses low and outside, ball 1. Connor hitting .312 for the season with 4 homers, 14 runs batted in. Be followed by Ian Wanzon, swinging a foul tip at home plate. 94 on that second offering from Brown. And then Tristan Curlis, the pitcher. Tennessee wearing the home whites. You've got the orange power tee upper left of the jersey, orange number lower right on the front of it. Orange number and orange name atop the number on the back. Called strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Connor. Infield plays back. Second baseman playing in shallow right. Pitch in. Clips the batter. And so the lead man is on for East Tennessee State. Ahead in the count 1-2. It was a pitch in by the left-hander. And it hits the first baseman. And the lead man on to open for East Tennessee State.
Brown power arm, 90 to 97. Slider and a changeup. And first time dealing with a base runner. ETSU will try to swipe some bags.
A look at the runner at first. And here's the pitch home. Misses high, ball 1. Connor at first has not attempted a stolen base. Doesn't mean he won't. The team is 14 for 16 when it comes to running around the bases. And Tennessee has thrown out 4 of 17 trying to steal. So now the balls go double play depth up the middle with the lead man on for the Buccaneers. A step and a very deliberate move to first by Brown as the second baseman for ETSU settles in from the right side, hitting .341. He's got a home run, 13 runs batted in. Connor, the man at first, a 6'1 junior, 195 pounds, playing for his hometown university as he's from Johnson City. The pitch misses just inside, and it's 2-0. Connor played first at Walters State, and so a former teammate of Tennessee left fielder Tyler Myatt. Batter ahead in the count, 2-0. Pitch by Brown. Again, misses just inside, and it's ball 3. Rusty Griffin calling balls and strikes today. Justin Robinson is the umpire at first base. David Savage working at second, and John White is the umpire at third. Three 3-0 the count. Pitch, low ball 4. Couple of freebies for ETSU to start. Not ideal. As Tennessee still looking for the first out here in today's ball game.
Well, the hit by pitch is something that ETSU utilizes. That's the 22nd hit batter on the season for ETSU, and this guy, Curlis, is tied for the team lead in hit by pitch with 4.
Also leads the team with 5 home runs, sets the pace with 15 runs batted in, a .349 average. And a 6th straight pitch has missed the zone. When you go back to the hit batsman to the leadoff hitter, a 4-pitch walk, and now lefty versus lefty for the second time, pitch outside and low. And so Tennessee pitching coach Josh Reynolds is going to make his way to the mound to talk with Blaine Brown. Curlis wears the number 32. When he's not on the mound, he plays first base. 6'3", 195 pounds. A senior from Amarillo, Texas. Played first at Alabama A&M before transferring to East Tennessee State. So 1-0 in favor of the 3-hitter. The Bucs as a team hit .327. 15 home runs, 101 runs batted in, 105 runs scored, 28 doubles, 3 triples. And it's 2 on to start. A check of second by Brown. Here's the pitch. Outside again. Ball 2. Blaine struggling to locate. Was ahead of the first hitter, 1 ball, 2 strikes, but then he hit him, and he hasn't thrown a strike since. Tennessee brings the shortstop over to the first base side of the bag. Check swing, they appeal to second. Well, they're third. Ball 2 to the batter. Ball 3. It's 3-0. A check of second. The 3-0, not close. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Yeah, sometimes when you hit a batter, then kind of can get in your head at times, and he's not been able to locate. The second batter, Wanzan, he did have some pitches inside, just could not command his stuff, and this is a little bit of what he dealt with at Rice as a freshman, but I've not seen this to this point in the season from him.
So, Henry Ferguson hits with a teammate at every base. Go ahead run at third, a buck at every base, and yet again, ball 1. That's 10 straight pitches that have missed the zone. Deep breath for Brown. Here's the pitch to the plate. High, ball 2. Wow. And we're going to see a change.
Yep.
Josh Elander makes his way to the mound. It'll be interesting to see who gets called on first. It kind of looks like last year's ETSU Buccaneer. Brady Frederick is going to come in and see if he can't put out this fire. Pressure on the Tennessee home team as East Tennessee State, a hit batsman, walk, and down to the count 2-0. So that's 11 straight pitches that missed the zone. And a 14-pitch outing for Tennessee's 3-hitter, Blaine Brown.
Yeah, very surprising. He did have a walk and a hit allowed his second appearance. He was flawless his first appearance. The stuff is too good to see that, but Josh Elander wants to win. He wants to get a lot of guys work, and Frederick, as he told John in the pregame, They were going to get him in there at some point anyway, and that is the new pitcher for the University of Tennessee. It is sidewinding right-hander, junior, number 6, Brady Frederick. Last name Frederick, 5'11", 190. He's a Knoxville product, started Bearden High School, and a transfer from the opponent today in the ETSU Buccaneers program. Brady on the season, 1-0 record, 4.90 the earned run average. This is his 6th appearance, all in relief. The former ETSU Buccaneers worked 7 1/3 innings this season in the orange and white, giving up 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 of those earned. He has walked 2, struck out 9, has not allowed an extra base hit. An opponent's hitting .296 against the new pitcher for Tennessee in Brady Frederick, the right-hander. Frederick fastball 84-87 with a slider and a change, and obviously with that sidewinding delivery, much different look, and certainly following up Blaine Brown from what you've seen. But John, I think he's continued to settle in and get better the more often we've seen him in a Tennessee uniform this year.
Yeah, he's gotten some big outs for Tennessee since a little bit of a rocky start. And so the situation he takes over with, nobody out, top of the first, bases loaded, and he inherits a 2-0 count. Henry Ferguson, the shortstop, is the man in the batter's box. Ferguson wears the number 2. A former Hardin Valley Academy Hawk here in Knoxville. 6-foot sophomore, 180 pounds. Hitting .450 for the season with a home run, 13 runs batted in. Here's the first pitch, which is fouled away for strike 1, and it's 2-1. I mean, you have sidewinders and you have submariners, and he is one that pitches from the mud. Here's the 2-1. Pitch misses high, and it's now 3-1. 3 free base runners and a 3-run count to start the ball game. Strike on the outside corner that runs the count to 3-2. Right-handed batter, Ferguson. Frederick on the mound for Tennessee. Here's the 3-2 on its way. Swinging a foul ball straight back. We'll go through the setup again. For Tennessee defensively, it's Tyler Myatt in left, Jay Abernathy in center, Reese Chapman in right field. Ferguson again ready, as is Frederick. The 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is a huge out, number 1.
Man, back-to-back 82 up in the zone. It's a little bit low. It's between his fastball and his changeup. He can do so much to vary it, and just very deceiving. And it has that look of rising in the zone and looks tantalizing and able to get the huge swing and miss.
Yeah, here is Axel Melendez, a left-handed batter. Pitch in, ball 1. He's hitting .340 for the season. 2 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Has 4 doubles and 2 triples. Again, a buck at every base. Tennessee double play depth around the infield. Ball hit high in the air towards right center field. Going back as Abernathy has room, makes the catch. The runner will tag at third, come home to score. East Tennessee gets a run to start the ball game. Sacrifice fly and a run batted in for Melendez. It is out number 2 in the inning. Connor comes home to score from third. The runner at second also advances to third. So it's runners on the corners, 2 out. And here is the center fielder, Jamie Palmise. Right-handed batter, .279 hitter, 3 runs batted in on the year, has a pair of doubles. Runner at first, pitch, strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Curlis has not attempted a stolen base. He's at first. Pitch tails outside as the curveball works away from the right-handed batter. And Palmise hitting at 1-1. A 5'11 junior, 190 pounds from Berlin, Connecticut. A check of the runner at third. Pitch swung through for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter. Runners on the corners, 2 down. Pitch on its way. Hit in the air into right field. Ranging back is Newstrom. Hustling in is Reese Chapman. He will make the catch. What a job by Brady Fedrick. Inherits a 2-0 count. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Bucks do get a run on a sac fly, but he retires all 3 that he faces. Strikeout, sacrifice fly, and the fly ball to right. For ETSU, a gift-wrapped run, no hits, 2 men left. It's East Tennessee State 1, Tennessee coming to bat as you listen to Tennessee baseball.
Bottom of the first, ETSU 1, Tennessee coming to bat. Let's tell you about the starter for the ETSU Buccaneers. It is senior left-hander, number 32, Tristan Curlis. Curlis also plays first base. He's batting third in the lineup. 6'3", 195 from Amarillo, Texas. He's a transfer from Alabama A&M. Curlis, no record, ERA of 0. This is his second appearance on the year. Worked just an inning in his first appearance, not allow a hit or a run, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 0 against the starter for ETSU. Left-hander Tristan Curlis. Here's the lineup that he will face for the 8-3 Tennessee Volunteers. Leading off in center field, sophomore number 8, Jay Abernathy. Batting second at third base, junior number 9, Henry Ford. Hitting third, the now DH starting pitcher, sophomore number 1, Blaine Brown. Then a cleanup spot for the Volunteers at first base, sophomore number 16, Levi Clark. Hitting fifth for Tennessee, the right fielder, senior number 13, Reese Chapman. Hitting sixth and catching, redshirt sophomore number 27, Stone Lawless. Batting seventh for the Big Orange, left field, redshirt sophomore number 20, Tyler Myatt. Hitting eighth for Tennessee, the second baseman, sophomore number 26, Chris Newstrom. And hitting ninth for UT, the shortstop, sophomore number 4, Manny Marin. That's a look at the Eastman starting lineups for both teams.
Mentioned Tennessee wearing the home whites. You've got road gray pants for East Tennessee State. You've got navy blue jerseys. You've got gold numbers and letters. It is Bucks in block letters across the front of the jersey. And they're wearing a camouflage cap, kind of a Desert Storm look in terms of the beige, the different colors of light brown. And you've got the East Tennessee State E that is right there front and center. Jay Abernathy hopes to get it started for Tennessee, lefty versus lefty. And the first offering misses high and tight, ball 1. Jay continues to work as the leadoff hitter for the Vols, hitting .306 for the season with a home run, 6 runs batted in. Also has 3 doubles and a triple this year. Pitch tails outside, and you can see as it left the lefty's hand, it kind of jerked towards what would be the right-handed hitter's box. And it's 2-0 to Abernathy. Jay wears the number 8, sophomore, 5'10", 177 pounds from Ackworth, Georgia. Third baseman Sorrow plays in. Showing bunt is Abernathy. It's a called strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-1. So the third baseman in, everybody else plays deep, outfield straight away. Pitch misses outside again, ball 3 as the fastball tails away. Left-handed pitcher versus left-handed batter. The wind really moving the flags in right center, blowing across the outfield. Towards left. 3-1, called strike on the outside corner. Pretty generous call from Rusty Griffin. Wasn't necessarily a part of the conversation, top half of this inning, but it's 3 balls, 2 strikes to Abernathy. Catcher sets up on the outside part of the plate. Pitch, outside ball 4 or ball 5. Jay gets to make his way down to first.
After that previous pitch, Jay started towards first and he stopped and spun back around and apologized to the home plate umpire. He should not have to, but that's something that just to make sure you make sure you're not offending the home plate umpire.
So the tying run is at first. There's a snap throw from the pitcher towards first. Heads up play by Abernathy as he scrambled back to the bag safely at the behest of first base coach Ross Kivett. Right-handed batter, Henry Ford takes a pitch high, ball 1. Henry hitting .319 for the season, second highest number in the lineup. 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Second on the team in the long ball category. Second on the team in RBI. Junior from Charlottesville, Virginia, takes a strike on the outside corner, upper part of the zone. 6'5", 220 pounds. His first year at Tennessee after playing back-to-back seasons at Virginia in his hometown. Another throw over. Abernathy leads the team. He's 3 for 3 stealing bases. The Buccaneers are remarkable when it comes to dealing with opposing base runners. Pitch, grounded sharply into left field for a base hit. Abernathy takes the quick turn at second. He'll hold the base. And so it's back-to-back base runners for Tennessee. Leadoff walk for Abernathy, followed up by the sharp single to left. And here is Blaine Brown with a chance to tie the score or put his team on top. So it's the first 2 base runners to face Curlis this year. And now here is another lefty-lefty showdown. Brown from Houston wears the number 1, 6'5", sophomore, 200 pounds. The former Rice Owl. Sends that first pitch in the air towards right field, ranging back, not going to get there. It short hops the wall. Here comes Abernathy. He'll score from second. This game is tied. It's an RBI double for Blaine Brown. His 13th run batted in. And 3 batters in were tied at 1. Henry Ford to third. The RBI man for the Big Orange. Brown at second. And a chance for Levi Clark to put his team on top.
Well, you know that had to feel good considering how his start went, and it was a reverse matchup from what we saw in the top of the first. Man, Brown barreled that up and sent it into the gap, now taking that doubles lead on the squad.
His 5th double of the season. Jay Abernathy now leads the team with 11 runs scored, and Clark, the right-handed batter, first baseman, takes a pitch outside, ball 1. Levi, a home run, 6 runs batted in. He's got 4 doubles. Had a big double against Virginia Tech to give Tennessee a 2-run lead and the Vols' final margin of victory on Sunday at Globe Life Field. Takes a letter-high strike, and it's now 1-1. A walk to start the bottom of the first, a single by Henry Ford, the RBI double to right by Brown. And Tennessee with a run, 2 hits to tie the game at 1. There's a hard grounder towards short. There'll be an out at first, but the Vols take the lead. 6-3 on the putout. It's the first out of the inning. Henry Ford scores from third. Blaine Brown moves to third. And it's Tennessee 2, East Tennessee State 1.
Well done. Saw the overshift, more of a shift, pull side. Didn't see that against the first 2 batters as much. That's why Ford was able to take advantage of his single earlier.
Now it's lefty versus lefty. Reese Chapman wants to give the Vols a 2-run lead. Reese hitting .233 for the season. He's got 4 doubles, 2 runs batted in. Shortstop playing almost straight up the middle, still on the normal side of second. Swinging a foul ball straight back, and it's 1-1. Run batted in number 13 for Brown to tie it. Run batted in number 7 for Clark to give Tennessee the lead. And it's 2 on the board with 1 out, runner at third. The pitch to Chapman, swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Reese wearing the number 13, 6'1", 224 pounds, from Parker, Colorado. Curlis ready. He delivers. Pitch high and tight. 2-2. Outfield straight away. Chapman digs in. Catcher slides to the outside part of the plate. Pitch poked foul. Third base side. It remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Curlis goes back to the base of the mound to grab the rosin bag for a quick second. And now working from atop the mound, first base side. The next offering. Driven in the air towards left center field. This could be trouble. And that one's going to bounce off the base of the wall. Chapman digging for second. He's got his 5th 2-base hit of the season. It's an RBI double for Reese Chapman. And it's Tennessee 3, East Tennessee State 1. Second extra base hit in this bottom of the first. Chapman, a marvelous job playing the hand he was dealt. Sent it to left center. Melendez and Palmese could not track it down. And it's 3 runs, 3 hits for the Volunteers. And Stone Lawless ready for his first turn. And we're going to see a trip to the mound by the Bucs.
Boy, you love to see that. Executing with 2 strikes. Goes the other way to the left center gap. Try to do too much in pulling, which we've seen at times when Tennessee has struggled offensively. Really like to see the way Tennessee has swung the bat here in this first inning. And obviously nice response to the Bucs opening the scoring in the top of the first.
Yeah, to start the ball game, Blaine Brown was ahead in the count 1-2 and hit the first batter he faced, and after that could not throw another strike. A 4-pitch walk to Wanzan, another walk to Curlis, and fell behind their cleanup hitter 2-0. Tennessee goes to Brady Frederick, the former East Tennessee State pitcher of the year last year in the Southern Conference. He came in, got a strikeout. ETSU scored a run on the sacrifice fly to center, but then a fly ball to right. So he retired his 3 batters, and after loading the bases with nobody out, East Tennessee State got a run, and that was it. Bottom of the first, Jay Abernathy on a payoff pitch, took ball 4, walked to first. Henry Ford followed by ripping a single to left. Runners first and second. Blaine Brown, who, as we mentioned, was removed from the game, 3 batters in. It's a double to right center for his 5th double of the year, his 13th run batted in. He races to second. Ford stops at third. Abernathy comes home for the 11th time this year. Tennessee leads 1-0. Runners second and third. Levi Clark, ground ball to the left side. Shortstop throws him out at first, but Ford comes charging home. 2-0 Tennessee. Run batted in number 7 for the Vols' first baseman, and then Reese Chapman. Back and forth in terms of looking for his pitch. On a 3-2, ropes a single to left center. A double to left center to bring in Brown from third. And so for Tennessee in the bottom of the first, it's 3 runs on 3 hits. And there's a man at second as we will see a new pitcher for East Tennessee State.
Yeah, and it's a right-hander, 6'2", 195, number 27, Reed Brosnan, R-E-I-D, first name, last name, B-R-O-S-N-A-N, 6'2", 195. He's a redshirt freshman from Atlanta, a transfer from Georgia Tech. He was a pretty highly rated recruit. He was the 17th best right-hand pitcher in the state of Georgia, which produces a ton of talent. Brosnan, no record, ERA of 1 so far this season for the Bucks. This is his 6th appearance on the year. All in relief, he has worked 9 innings, given up 6 hits, just 1 run. That was earned. He has walked 5, but struck out 9. He's allowed 2 extra base hits, a double and a home run. An opponent's hitting .214 against the new arm for ETSU, right-hander Reed Brosnan.
Tennessee leads by 2, and Stone Lawless hopes to pick up another teammate here. Redshirt sophomore from Huntsville, Alabama, right-handed batter against the new right-hander, and the first pitch from Brosnan is a belt-high strike. And it's 0-1. Lawless, 6'2", 219 pounds, hitting .333, 2 homers, 16 runs batted in. 6 runs batted in. Not 16, 6. Pitch misses low and outside, and the count even at 1. Lawless hitting .333. That's the highest number in the lineup at the start of today's action. Tried to stop his swing. Went around, strike 2 to the Vols catcher, and it's now 1-2. Chapman, the runner, at second. Tennessee 3, East Tennessee State 1. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's out number 2.
Man, talent. You could see the arm talent on Brosnan. His velocity got up to 92 in that at-bat against Lawless, and started out with a fastball and then went change slider to get the strikeout.
So Tyler Myatt, left-handed hitting left fielder, hoping to pick up Chapman from second. First pitch misses low and outside, ball 1. Tyler hitting .286 for the season, a pair of home runs, 8 runs batted in. And he's tied for third on the team with 4 doubles this year. You've got 2 with 5 now thanks to this inning. Pitch, high, off the plate, 2-0 in favor of Myatt. Redshirt sophomore, 6 feet tall, 210 pounds. Tazewell, Tennessee is the hometown. Was at Walters State first before making his way to the Tennessee program. The 2-0, outside again, ball 3. Chris Newstrom in the on-deck circle. East Tennessee State has the shortstop Ferguson playing almost straight up the middle, still his normal side a second. Right side of the infield plays at the back edge. Taking 3-0, it's a called strike on the outside corner, now 3-1 to Myatt. Brosnan eyes the target. Catcher sets up on the outside part of the plate. Outside, ball 4, and the inning continues. A second walk in the inning, drawn by the Vols. It's the first by Brosnan. So Chris Newstrom had 4 hits for Tennessee down in Texas, one of each. Single, home run, triple, double. Not in the same game, but it was a Texas cycle. Right-handed batter against the right-hander, and the first pitch is fought foul up and over the screen for strike one. Average 241. Hometown Scottsdale, Arizona. Second year in the orange and white. A home run, 4 runs batted in. Also the double and the triple. Those are his season totals. 6'2", 210 pounds. As versatile as they come. Fastball misses high. 1-1 to the 8-hitter for head coach Josh Elander. First season at the helm for the Big Orange. Team is 8-3, 11 games in. Pitch. Wow. Called strike on the inside corner. And that puts the count at 1-2. Newstrom thought it was an inside pitch, and he is not alone in that opinion. The 1-2 fouled away at the home plate. At home plate, trickles over towards the third base dugout. Reese Chapman, his double to left center, made it a 3-run bottom of the first, plating Blaine Brown from third. Tyler Myatt, the runner at first, after working a 2-out walk. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Pitch to the plate. Ground sharply into left field for a base hit. They're going to send Chapman around third. He'll score. Chris Newstrom, 5 runs batted in on the season for the second-year Volunteer, and put 4 on the board for the Big Orange. Solid piece of hitting. Drove the ball on the ground between third and short. Chapman comes home for the 8th time. And it's Tennessee 4, East Tennessee State 1. Myatt at second. And another RBI man for Tennessee, Chris Newstrom at first.
Love it. Excellent execution. And again, executing with 2 strikes. That was a 1-2 count, and Newstrom single to left.
Manny Marin takes a big cut as he chases a pitch outer part of the plate, lower part of the zone. Manny wants to get in on the hit parade, has a home run, 3 runs batted in, a double this year for the sophomore from Hialeah, Florida. Pitch misses low as it skips into the catcher. Manny wears the number 4 as he did last year as a freshman. 6'1", 181 pounds. Average at 192. Top of the order, Jay Abernathy in the on-deck circle. It's Myatt at second, Newstrom at first. Tennessee 4 runs on 4 hits, and that ball is grounded to third on 1 big hop. Up with it over to first is Sorrow, and that will end the inning. But Tennessee gets all 9 to the plate in the bottom of the first. It's 4 runs on 4 hits and 2 men left. After 1, it's Tennessee 4, East Tennessee State 1, as you listen to Tennessee baseball. I'm John Wilkerson with Vince Ferrara. Thomas Costarelli, 5'11", 170 pounds, a freshman from Islip Terrace, New York, from East Islip High School. So Costarelli on the season, 0-1 with an earned run average of 7, making his 6th appearance, his 4th out of the bullpen.
Blaine Brown will lead off for the Tennessee offense here in the bottom of the 5th. Takes a first pitch away, 1-0.
Has both saves this year for East Tennessee State. 9 innings, 12 hits, 9 runs, 7 earned.
Blaine Brown has made good contact. RBI double in the first. Big looping breaking ball, but missed inside. 2-0.
9 innings, he has struck out 5. He's walked 1. Of his 12 hits, 2 have been doubles, 1 a home run. Opponents hit .300 against freshman Thomas Costarelli.
Blaine Brown in his second at-bat flew out to the wall in right center field. There's a ground ball to the shortstop playing near second base up the middle, and it'll be a ground out, 6-3 officially, but it was towards second base. But Brown is retired. And there's one away here in the bottom of the fifth. So in steps Levi Clark. Clark, RBI ground out. His first at-bat, part of that 4-run inning for Tennessee. So 0 for 2 on the day. And he pops that one up first base side, foul territory. First baseman Connor under it, and he will make the catch. Levi Clark puts both hands on his helmet. A little frustrated that he got under that. And it's a foul out to first. And quickly 2 away. Here in the bottom of the fifth, Costarelli has gotten the first 2 Tennessee Volunteers out. And we'll see what Reese Chapman can do. He is 2 for 2 in the ballgame. Doubled and scored in the first. Singled in the third. Hits from the left side. Breaking ball, 76, but missed away, 1-0. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Tennessee. 1 run, just 1 hit, no errors for ETSU. Wind blowing right to left. Playing Chapman, pull side. Instead, he goes opposite field and gets a base hit to the left side. Look at that. Reese Chapman, second time he's gotten a hit opposite field. And so much for the shift for the Bucks. Chapman makes him pay with a 2-out single through the left side.
Reese Chapman, along with Tyler Myatt, were guests of the tip-off club yesterday. And we got to hear the story behind his walk-up music.
Okay.
So it's the outfield. It's Your Love. And that's because he's from Parker, Colorado, the Denver area.
Yep.
Huge Rockies fan. Charlie Blackmon was his guy. And that was Charlie's walk-up music.
Okay.
So he just thought that he would do the same.
Love that.
Yeah.
Man, all the hair and the beard and everything Charlie Blackmon had going on. By the way, I heard someone did a great job there as the MC at the Tip-Off Club in that interview, by the way. Wonder who that was.
I thought it was some schmo.
The focus was on the Tennessee Vols getting interviewed. But,
that's it.
Man, that's a great story. You always wonder what the backstory is on the walk-up music, so good job in getting that out of Reese.
Well, especially, and the funny thing was, it was actually a question that was presented to him before the guys even took their spot at the front of the room. So it was Chad Tyndall who, one, appreciated Tyler Myatt's walk-up music, which is a showcase his faith, and then it's kind of like, and I need to know the background, and Reese was just like, well, it's not really a great story. It's just that I love Charlie Blackmon. He was my guy, and that was his walk-up music. And so I think that's really cool because I always appreciate it so. The guys that have walk-up music that's been out longer than they have in terms of well before they were born.
Yeah. That's when you know that there's a history behind it.
Yes.
How about this? We're going to get to see another submariner, John.
Yeah. We got to see Brady Frederick do an outstanding job. And so with 2 out, a runner at first, and in the bottom of the fifth, Tennessee leading East Tennessee State 5-1. It will be right-hander number 28, Carter Oliff. Oliff spelled O-L-I-F-F. 6'3", 225 pounds, a senior. He's from Brentwood, Tennessee. He played close by at Roane State before making his way to Johnson City. So he's tasked with getting the last out in this bottom of the fifth inning. Oliff on the season making his 4th appearance all out of the pen. He's 1-0 with a 4.26 earned run average. 6 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 3 earned. In 6 1/3, he has struck out 7. He's walked 4. Of his 8 hits, 2 have been doubles, 1 a triple, and another a home run. Opponents hit .276 against Carter Oliff.
So funny looking at the bio photos on their roster on their website. Everyone's wearing these navy blue jerseys except for Olaf and one other teammate that are in gold. So it really pops. But Olaf will face Stone Lawless, the 6-hitter in the Tennessee order. And misses on this first offering. Fastball at 85, 1-0. 9 hits in the ball game for Tennessee. Chapman with the 9th, staking his lead off first with ETSU holding him there. The Submariner coming home, the 1-0. It's popped up first base side, out of play. Heads up on the concourse. 1-1. But Olaf, big guy as John described, appeared in 12 games out of the bullpen last year for ETSU. Did have a couple of scoreless innings against Virginia Tech a season ago. Lawless in the right-hand box, and that one hits him. Oh, man, that might have caught the left front hip of Stone Lawless, and he is on first. Man, that one had to sting. 84 on that Olaf offering. And then Stone will make the walk down to first. Ross Kivett will check on him. That is the 3rd time this year that Lawless has been plunked. And that moves a runner in the scoring position. Chapman, who singled with 2 outs. And the Vols have something cooking here with 2 outs. And Tyler Myatt batting for the Vols. RBI opportunity for Tyler Myatt with Reese Chapman off second and Stone Lawless off first. They'll play back here with 2 outs. And runners at first and second, 3 on the right side of the infield. And the first pitch misses with a fastball at 84.
You always wonder how the sidewinder works against the opposite side batter.
And that one is turned on and crushed. Will it stay fair? And it is a foul ball. Oh, man, Myatt hit it a mile. And that was so high. That's a judgment on the fair pole. And everyone was awaiting what the first base umpire would rule, and he said foul ball. I'd like to see another meatball like that over the plate, and that one misses away. And I believe the count is 2-1.
You're all over it.
Myatt, strike one, a mile foul. Here's the pitch, and that one is fouled straight back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chris Newstrom in the on-deck circle for Tennessee. He's looking to build off of his 2-for-2 day. Myatt, a walk and a ground out to first. Here's the pitch to Myatt, low and away. Runs it to a full count. Ross Kivett a word for Lawless off first. Second baseman in shallow right. Here's the pitch to Myatt. Just barely got a piece of it. Popped out of the glove on the foul tip out of the mid of the catcher. And Myatt stays alive. Tennessee looking to add to its 5-1 lead here with 2 outs at 2 on. Runners at first and second. Here comes the sidewinding right-hander. Popped out, up and out of play. And Myatt stays alive. New supply of baseballs for the home plate umpire, Rusty Griffin. 5 unanswered for Tennessee, looking for more. Run roll is in effect, but way to go on that one. That one is inside. Check swing held up, and Tyler Myatt has drawn the walk. And now 3 ducks on the pond for the Big Orange. And Chris Newstrom coming to bat for the Volunteers. So all this happening with 2 outs. A single by Chapman through the left side. Lawless hit by a pitch. Myatt walks. So Olaf has come in relief and has hit a batter and walked a batter. Newstrom 2 for 2. Looks at a first pitch, breaking ball away, 1-0. Chapman at third, Lawless at second, Myatt at first. Opportunity for the Vols to separate from the Bucks. That one is low and inside. 2-0. Newstrom with his 2-for-2 day has his average at 290. He is ascending. A home run and 5 runs driven in. That one is a strike. Broke back in. Newstrom asking the home plate umpire where it caught the plate. It had late movement. Looked like it was coming inside towards him and then dove back in to the front part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Chop third base. Third baseman will glove it and take 2 steps and step on third base for the force out there. So, unfortunate there that Tennessee not able to take more advantage of getting the bases loaded after the 2-out rally. But the Volunteers, no runs on 1 hit, 3 men left. We move to the 6th. Tennessee leads ETSU 5-1. You're listening to Tennessee Baseball.
We're about to find out. Tonight's contestant for our Two Truth and Lie Challenge is Colton. We're going to need your help to spot the lie in today's Two Truth and Lie Challenge from the first base plaza. If they can answer correctly, they'll walk away with a big orange prize pack. All right, Colton, are you ready? Crowd, be sure to help them out. Here we go. Which is the law? Is Hudson really friends with NFL quarterback Dak Prescott? Does he actually think that Hunter High is better at Fortnite than him? Or does he really hate flying? Can you spot the lie? Fans, help him out. I'm going to say it's Dak Prescott. All right, you think the lie is that he is friends with NFL quarterback Dak Prescott? Let's see the lie. Number 28, Hudson Chance does not believe number 15, Hunter High, is better at playing Fortnite than him. Thanks for playing in tonight's Two Truth and Lie Challenge. Enjoy the rest of tonight's game. Fans, today's part of the bullpen is brought to you by Scholars Caterpillar. East Tennessee's equipment dealer for over 60 years.
To the top of the 6th we go. Tennessee leads 5-1 over East Tennessee State. I'm John Wilkerson with Vince Ferrara. Volunteers calling on their 4th pitcher of the evening. Can't hear the walk-up or warm-up music without thinking of one Redmond Walsh. But that just tells you that it's Brandon Arvidsson time. He is the redshirt junior, wears the number 25, 6'5", 215 pounds from Dripping Springs, Texas. Was at Texas A&M, then San Jacinto Junior College, and then the University of Tennessee. No wins or losses on the season, an earned run average of 9, making his 3rd appearance. 3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. In 3 innings, he has struck out 5. Of his 4 hits, 1 was a double and 1 was a home run. Opponents hit .333 against Brandon Arvidsson.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Tristan Curlis leads off for ETSU. Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a fastball that missed, 1-0. Curlis walked in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd. Again, shows bunt and takes a strike from Arvidsson at 91. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 on the right side for Tennessee with the second baseman Newstrom in shallow right. Breaking ball is fouled off left side, and it's 1-2. Arvidsson with that power arm from the left side, and that length as well. 90-96 with his heater, with a change and a curveball that he just threw in that last pitch. Here's the 1-2, and that one is zoomed in at 92, but fouled off left side. And Curlis will stay alive and get another 1-2 pitch.
That was a tough outing for Brandon down in Texas against UCLA.
Here's the 1-2 curveball and missed somewhere. maybe a little bit outside or low at 80, but moves the count to 2-2.
Gave up in 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Brandon Arvidsson. 1 down here in the top of the 6th.
And so that was the Friday game for Tennessee. Volunteers get the job done Saturday, beat Arizona State 5-3, and it was something that Josh Elander really appreciated. Arvidsson said, I'm good to go today if you need me against Virginia Tech. He didn't get in, but he made himself available.
And that one is a liner, and Marin missed it. He was ranging towards his left, and then the ball sailed back across his body and ricocheted off his glove and goes into left field for what will be the second hit of the day. And that was Henry Ferguson with that liner towards short that Marin misjudged. I don't know if it was sun or what, but he was expecting to go back towards or up the middle, and then at the last minute had to cross his body, got a glove on it, but ricocheted in the left for hit number 2 for ETSU. And now it's Axel Melendez as they'll check the runner Ferguson over at first. Ferguson, the Hardin Valley Academy Hawk product, was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. But able to get the hit, and that one is fouled back to the screen by Melendez. 0-1. So with a left-hand hitter, Tennessee playing off the line at third and up the middle, playing him pull side. Runner goes. They got him picked off. Throw to first. Throw down to second. He is toast. Plenty of time. Well executed by Tennessee. Arvidsson to Clark to Marin. Erases the base runner. Well done by the Tennessee defense.
First time Ferguson caught stealing this season. 5th opposing base runner the Volunteers have erased.
That was out number 2, and then the pitch to Melendez is fouled off left side. And an opportunity to get out number 3 and face the minimum for Arvidsson. Arvidsson, such a horse and a star in the postseason for Tennessee. Swung on and missed, waved at. How about that? 1 out single for ETSU, but then a caught stealing and a strikeout. 2 Ks in the inning for the Tennessee left-hander, Brandon Arvidsson, to face the minimum. No runs, a hit, nobody left on. We move to the home half of the 6th. Tennessee on top of ETSU 5-1 as you listen to Tennessee baseball.
Leading off, number 4,
Bottom of the 6th here in Knoxville. How about sunny and 70 for baseball? Love it. Manny Marin leads off for the Volunteers. Fastball from the submariner right-hander. Carter Olaf is well away, 1-0. Manny, the 9 hitter. Jay Abernathy in the leadoff spot in the order, and Henry Ford in the 2 spot. The 3-2 up for Tennessee. The 1-0 is fouled back to the screen by Manny Marin, the talented sophomore, starting shortstop today for Tennessee.
It's supposed to be 81 for Game 1 Friday against Wright State.
How about that?
That'll be 6:30, though.
Nope. Here's the 1-1, fouled back to the screen, 1-2. We get to daylight savings time this weekend.
That's right. We lose an hour, but we will be in prime time for the first time. It'll be evening starts on Friday and Saturday, 6:30 and 6.
Early evening with daylight savings time, it's a beautiful thing. Swing and a miss. Marin couldn't handle the changeup up in the zone, and Marin is down on strikes. Don't want to rush to summer by any means, John.
Now we get by Friday and Saturday, and then as the chance of rain increases, we're looking mid-70s as we go Sunday into next week. And then, by the way, next Thursday, 50 is the forecast high.
Back to the yo-yo. Here's Jay Abernathy. Looks at a first pitch low. 1-0 from Olaf, still on the mound. As he struggled out of the gate, hit batter walk, but then got a fielder's choice ground out to third and missed away again with a fastball. Now 2-0 to the left-handed hitting leadoff hitter for the Vols, Jay Abernathy. Jay flew out to left his last time up, had a single in the second and a walk and a run scored in the first. And he tries to go the other way, but fouls it off left side. Good crowd down the left field line. There's plenty in the expanded concourse, and imagine more and more concessions are opening up as the season goes on. And they continue work here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. The 2-1 is outside. Good eye by Jay. 3-1. Two on the right side of the infield, but playing Abernathy to pull left side, and he fouls that back to the screen. And will run the count full. As John mentioned, didn't have a hit in Arlington, but 3 runs, 5 walks, and always a threat when he gets on base. Again, fouled back to the screen left side. Abernathy hammering away, but not able to get it in play. Some shade in the outfield, a lot, most of right field, a little bit in center. The Submariner Olaf coming home, and that's sharply hit underneath the glove of the first baseman who tried an in-between hop, and it goes in the right field for a hit. That will be hit number 10 for the Tennessee offense. And that's Abernathy's second of the ball game. That was sharply hit. The first baseman, Connor, was deep, and it just caught him in between. He tried to swipe the glove up and get it on the in-between hop, and it went underneath and into right field. And we'll see if Abernathy is on the move, gets a big lead. Henry Ford batting for the Vols. Check of Abernathy at first. So 3 on the left side of the infield. Pull side for the right-handed hitting power hitter for the Vols. A transfer from Virginia, Henry Ford. Single and a run score back in the 4-run first for the Vols. Looks at a first offering inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Ford grounded into a double play in the second and flew out to right, deep right in the fourth. A lot of room right side. He turns on one. No need for the defense position. It doesn't matter as Henry Ford blasts one out of the yard in left, sailing over the porches. And Henry Ford goes deep for the 4th time this season. That ties Blaine Brown for the team high. Runs driven in 10 and 11 for the talented number 9 in the orange and white. And Tennessee now leads 7-1 over ETSU. Goodness, that was crushed.
Yeah, sure was. Tyler Myatt flirted with one last inning against Olaf, but could not keep that one fair. And that one, as you mentioned, just without question, gone the moment you heard it hit the bat.
Boy, when Ford and Brown make barrel contact, it just kind of sounds different. And that will induce a pitching change as head coach Joe Panucci is going back to the pen. What a blast. Wondering when Tennessee really hitting the baseball well, barreling it up. Abernathy's hit was the 10th of the ball game. Wondering maybe when the long ball would come into play, and it does. The 17th home run for the Tennessee offense this season. So a 1-out single by Abernathy, and he touches home plate on the Henry Ford 2-run homer. 7-1 Volunteers here in the first of 5 games at home this week, with Oakland coming up tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, it is the first game of a 6-game homestand. Tennessee just concluded by playing the first 8 before going down to Texas on the schedule. And after next midweek and the Volunteers squaring off against Tennessee Tech, it will then be a trip to Athens, Georgia as SEC play gets underway. So it is a right-hander that comes out of the pen, and that's number 39, 6'1", 210 pounds, a freshman from Hickson, Tennessee, member of the Fighting Irish down at Notre Dame High School in the Chattanooga area, Cooper Jones. Jones on the season is making his third appearance, all out of the pen, has no record, has no earned run average. He's worked 2 innings, 2 scoreless innings. He's allowed 2 hits. He has struck out 1. Opponents hit 250 against Cooper Jones.
So Cooper Jones will be tasked with trying to get Blaine Brown out for Tennessee. As there's 1 out in the inning, base is clear after the forward blast to over the wall and left. Kind of surprised that it didn't have more distance than it did. 106 off the bat, the exit velocity. 407 the distance on the Henry Ford home run.
It clipped. I don't know if it was one of the heaters that they had, but it clipped that top row of the porch. Presented this year by Uber Eats.
I was just noticing that's an addition.
Yes. Uber Eats was also the sponsor of the First Pitch Banquet.
Love it. Clear as day. Uber Eats porch and left, and the 3 levels of it looking great. And an awesome baseball experience out there for the fans. So here's Blaine Brown, an awesome batter for Tennessee. Check swing. And it's a called strike on the first offering from Cooper Jones, the freshman right-hander, 0-1. Blaine Brown has hit the ball pretty well today. RBI double in the first. And takes the 0-1 in there for a strike. Fastball at 90 from Jones. And now Brown is down in the count 0-2. 4 hits in Arlington for Blaine Brown. And the 0-2 a little bit away, 1-2. 11 hits in the ballgame for Tennessee. Out hitting ETSU 11-2. Most importantly, a 6-run advantage, 7-1 in the run category. 2 already across here in the inning. 1 out for Blaine Brown. That one nearly hit him as he went fastball inside at 90. 2-2. 3 on the right side. Pull side for the left-handed hitting Brown, the talented sophomore transfer from Rice. Second baseman in shallow right. First baseman back and guarding the line. And that one is lifted in the left field. A late charge in by Melendez, a left fielder, and he will make a sliding catch in the sun for the out. He thought that one had more distance off the bat than it did, and he had to sprint in and then made a sliding catch for the out. Nearly a break for Tennessee. But that's out number 2 now for Levi Clark.
You look across the way, you see the lights are on at Lee Stadium, and at the top of the 4th, Lady Vols lead Belmont 1-0.
That one fouled off right side, big cut by Levi Clark. 0-1. You know, Levi, after he fouled out last at bat and was very frustrated, would love to mark here. 0 for 3 on the day with a ground out to short and a fly out to center. 3 on the left side, pull side for Clark, who looks at the 0-1 away. 1-1. That was a fastball at 91 from Cooper Jones. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind blowing right to left. That one bounces on the turf and scoots away from the catcher, and it's 2-1. Missed on that breaking ball. Did Jones. Clark had a couple of hits in Arlington, 1 in each of Tennessee's 2 wins. Arizona State and Virginia Tech. Open stance in that right-hand box, bat over the helmet. That one is lifted right field, drifting towards foul territory. Long run, foul territory, making the catch as the right fielder Little stepped into the wall, and he ran into it after making the catch in foul territory. It's another foul out for Levi Clark. So Jones comes in and gets a fly out of Brown and a foul out of Clark. to end the inning. But Tennessee gets 2 runs on 2 hits. Nobody left on. We move to the 7th. Your score, Tennessee 7, East Tennessee 1.
Now pitching to the ball, it's number 7, Mark Hindi.
Josh Elander calls on a new pitcher here in the top of the 7th with the Volunteers leading ETSU 7-1. It is graduate senior left-hander number 7, Mark Hindi. Hindi, 6'4", 225, out of Essex Fells, New Jersey. Started at Seton Hall Prep. He started at William and Mary and transferred to Duke, and now has transferred from Duke to Rocky Top and the University of Tennessee. Hindi on the season, 1-0, ERA of 0. This is his 5th appearance, all in relief. Hindi has worked 3 innings on this season, no hits, no runs allowed, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. It's, of course, hitting 0 against the new pitcher for Tennessee, left-hander and veteran Mark Hindi. With Tennessee up 7-1. I am Vince Ferrara. To take you the rest of the way, here's the voice of the Vols, John Wilkerson.
Appreciate it, Vince. Tennessee's out-hit the Buccaneers 11-2. Hindi, he worked in Sunday's win over Virginia Tech. Came in with 1 out, runners first and second, and a game tied at 1. He got a strikeout and a foul out. Tennessee scored 2 in the bottom of that inning, and he got his first win. That first pitch is lined into left field for a base hit as Jamie Palmise gets hit number 3 for East Tennessee State, and the lead man is on.
Now batting number 7, Mason Holt.
Hindi came with a fastball there at 87. His fastball 86-90 with a cutter, a curveball, and a change.
So the first hit that he's allowed comes on the first pitch that he throws in this top of the 7th. And now here is the freshman catcher Mason Alt. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Left-hander on the mound for Tennessee, working on his PhD while he is pitching for the Volunteers. Got his master's while he was at Duke after getting his undergraduate at William and Mary. With a quick step and a toss to first, Palmise, 2 for 3 stealing bases. Buccaneers had a base runner with 1 out last inning, and he broke too soon. And Arvidsson got it to Clark, who fired a strike down to the shortstop for the 2nd out of the inning. That pitch is sharply grounded foul towards the third base dugout, and it's 0-2 to Mason Alt. Came into the game hitting .440, average now at .423. He's got a home run, 9 runs batted in, the freshman making his 8th start this season. Pretty pitch, called strike on the outside corner, and that's out number 1. That is the 10th strikeout by a Tennessee pitcher in this ball game, and there's 1 down, 1 on here in this top of the 7th.
Man, have fun with that curveball from Hindi. Outstanding. Opponents 1 for 1 in stolen bases against Hindi, but man, his move to first, even as a left-hander, looks pretty deceptive.
Andrew Palmer has grabbed a bat, and he's going to hit for Joey Little. Little was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, getting the start in right field. So it's another right-handed batter against the Tennessee lefty. With a runner at first, Tennessee on top by 6. And again, that wicked curveball catches the outside corner, and it's strike one, 0-1 to Palmer, a 6'1 freshman, 205 pounds. Mount Pleasant, South Carolina is the hometown. There's a hard grounder, slapped foul towards third, another curveball, and the count quickly 0-2. Oceanside Collegiate Academy. Who wouldn't want to attend there?
Sounds nice.
Appearing in his 7th game, he's 1 for 5 and has scored 5 times. Might be employed some as a pinch runner. Fastball misses outside, working an 0-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tennessee got 4 in the first after East Tennessee State opened with a run top half of the inning. And then the Volunteers have added to their lead. There's a grounder between third and short past the diving Ford into left field. Fine piece of hitting by Palmer as the freshman fell behind in the count, 0-2. And so it's the second base hit for East Tennessee State against Hindi, and the first 2 knocks allowed by the left-hander. So it's 2 on, 1 out for Griffin Sorrow. Popped out to short, is out number 2 in the second. Struck out as the lead man in the 5th, another right-handed batter. Swing and a pop-up foul. Hits high off the screen. That is the backstop, and it's strike 1. Sorrow came into the game hitting .571. His 0 for 2 has cost him 127 points as he lets that pitch miss outside. 1-1 the count. A leadoff single. Batter called out on strikes. A pinch hit single. 2 on, 1 out. Top of the 7th. A grounder, third base, just foul. That was awfully close, but it turned left at the right time. 1-2 to the batter. Palmer, the runner at first. Palmise, the runner at second. Pitch just misses outside. Hindi came awfully close to snapping off something special right there. Ruled ball 2, 2-2 the count.
His curveball, he's using a lot more. Haven't seen his cutter, which is probably his best pitch.
Swing and a drive. Pop-up, actually, into shallow right. Racing in is Chapman. He'll make the catch, and that's 2 down. Would have been a pop-up if it was caught by Newstrom. It's a fly ball since it was caught by Chapman. Even though they were standing side by side. So back to the top of the order. It'll be lefty versus lefty as Nate Connor gets a turn. Hit by a pitch to start the ball game. Scored the first run of the game, and he has a chance to drive in the second for East Tennessee State. Pitch, a beauty, drops in for a called strike on the inside corner. Popped out to the pitcher. At the time, Brady Frederick. Flied out to left. Is out number 2 in the 5th. 0 for 2 with a run scored, Nate Connor. Pitch dips below the zone, working essentially same side of the plate. Inside to the left-handed batter. 1-1. 7 runs, 11 hits for Tennessee. A run, 4 hits for East Tennessee State. Swinging a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. Strike 2 to the batter. 1-2 the count. Hindi a strike away from moving this game to the 7th inning stretch. Everybody plays deep on the infield. Hot liner right at Levi Clark. Goes to his knees, gloves it, and that ends the inning. Perfectly placed, Levi Clark. Doesn't matter where you put him. He makes plays for Tennessee. And in the inning, no runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. Let's stretch it out at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. Robert M. Lindsey Field. It's Tennessee on top, 7-1.
Free fried pickle. Show your game ticket within 48 hours of tonight's game. Redeem your prize from Stock and Barrel, delivered by Uber Eats. It's 6:18. It's Saturday stretch time on Rocky Top. Tonight's guest stretch winner is Carter Craig. Congratulations. Please report to Phoenix. Keep it on the third base line. Claim your Big Orange Straw. All right, ball fans, get out of your seats. It's time to stretch those legs and vocal cords by joining us in singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Seventh inning stretch time, Tennessee 7, East Tennessee State 1. Looking at what the Vols have done today, Tennessee, a 2-run home run in the 6th. That stretched the advantage to the 6 runs the Vols currently enjoy as their advantage. It was a 2-run shot by Henry Ford. He brought the lumber. That home run brought to you by Anderson Lumber, so much more than a lumber store. You go back to the bottom of the first, Tennessee trailing 1-0. It was an RBI double by Blaine Brown that tied the game, and then Levi Clark with the ground out to short, the first out in the bottom of the first. That brought home Henry Ford and gave Tennessee the lead it currently enjoys. So that go-ahead run batted in, brought to you by Sonic, America's drive-in and home of the All-American Smasher Burgers. So we move to the bottom of the 7th, and the first pitch is taken for strike 1. As for the Vols, it'll be hitters 5, 6, and 7, and it's Nate Eisfelder that will get a turn as he pinch hits for Reese Chapman. He took a strike on the first pitch, checked his swing on the next, and so Eisfelder, the freshman, quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Pitch. Misses low, curveball away. Cooper Jones, the freshman who got the last 2 outs last inning, continues for East Tennessee State. Eisfelder wears the number 17. Called strike on the inside corner, and that is out number 1. Eisfelder from Johnson City finished at IMG Academy before coming back to Tennessee to play for the Volunteers. Nate, now appearing in his 4th game, 0 for 2, does have a run batted in the early portion of his Tennessee career, also having worked a pair of walks. But it's a strikeout for the pinch hitter, and there's 1 out for Stone Lawless. Against the right-hander, Stone lets that pitch miss low and outside, ball 1. Stone has struck out today. He's hit into a double play, and he was also hit by a pitch. Tennessee left the bases loaded in the 5th without adding to the run total. Swing and a pop-up, sky high on the infield. First it was the second baseman, now it's the shortstop, and Ferguson, the shortstop, will make the call and the catch, and that's out number 2. So a called third strike to start the inning. The first strikeout for Jones, and then the pop-up on the infield. It's 2 quick outs, and now here's Tyler Myatt. Tyler's been on base twice today. He's walked each time. Takes a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. He's also bounced out to to first as the lead man in the 4th inning. They'll pull the shortstop over to the other side of second. A called strike on the outside corner. Count quickly 0-2. So the heavy shift to the right side against the left-handed hitting left fielder, Tyler Myatt. 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in for the redshirt sophomore. Swinging a foul tip, just got a piece of it. He'll get another turn. His previous at-bat, in which he finished with a walk, he clubbed a ball that went sailing out of the ballpark, but it was just foul down the right field line. The 0-2 skips past the catcher. That was probably 2 to 3 feet short of home plate. So a hard breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tennessee 7, East Tennessee State 1, bottom of the 7th. Pitch high, count even at 2. Chris Newstrom in the on-deck circle. The right-hander winds and fires, swinging a foul ball straight back. It remains 2-2. 3 Tennessee teams in action today. Volunteers got it started with the 4 o'clock first pitch against East Tennessee State. Lady Vols playing over at Lee Stadium against Belmont in softball. Breaking ball started outside, finished that way, and the count that was quickly 0-2 is now full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. And you have Coach Barnes and the Tennessee basketball team playing over at South Carolina in what was an early tip time starting at 6. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball by Jones, a pair of strikeouts for the freshman. He's retired the 5 balls that he's faced. Tennessee goes down quietly in the bottom of the 7th. We move to the 8th. It's Tennessee 7, East Tennessee State 1 as you listen to Tennessee baseball.
New pitcher for Tennessee is junior right-hander number 33, Bo Rudy. Last name spelled R-H-U-D-Y, Rudy, 6'4", 230, out of Chickamauga, Georgia. He started at Gordon Lee High School. He's a transfer from Kennesaw State. Rudy making his 4th appearance. No record, ERA of 3.38. All of his appearances in relief. Rudy has worked 2 2/3 innings. You give it up 2 hits, just 1 run. That was earned. No walks, 4 strikeouts, no extra base hits. Opponents hitting .200 against the new arm for Tennessee. And as promised by Josh, he technically didn't promise, but he wanted to get him in Arlington and wanted to get him in some action today. So he is on the hill. Fastball 90 to 92 with a slider and a change.
So it'll be a right-hander on the mound facing the right-handed hitting second baseman, and the first pitch is popped up. Is there a play? It's over by the ETSU dugout, and it will land just on the other side of the screen, and it is strike 1.
But the sprint from Rudy, man, he channeled his inner Brady Frederick, although Frederick didn't have to move that swiftly, but, man, might need to catch his breath.
Looked like Rudy Rudiger coming off the edge.
Nice.
So, here's Ian Wanzen. Takes a pitch upstairs. 1-1 to the right-handed hitting second baseman. A walk in the first inning. He's been retired on a comebacker to the mound and a pop-up to short. So 0 for 2 in this game. Came into the contest hitting .341 with a home run, 13 runs batted in. That's that curveball miss outside, and he's now ahead in the count, 2-1. Top of the 8th, 7 runs, 11 hits for Tennessee, a run, 4 hits for East Tennessee State. Fastball dots the eye on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. So Nate Eisfelder, pinch hit for Reese Chapman. He takes over in right field. Everything else remains the same in terms of Tennessee's starting lineup. Swinging a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. That's a strikeout, and that's 1 down.
Well done from Rudy. His fastball, that one was a little bit lower in the zone, but it can rise through the zone. It's really what he utilizes the most. He did at Kennesaw State. He was almost all fastball, but he has incorporated and developed that slider and change as well. Used all 3 of his pitches there in that first at-bat.
It's the 11th strikeout for a Tennessee pitcher, and now here is Tristan Curlis, and it's strike 1 to today's starting pitcher. It was something to see that you had 2 position players that are also pretty strong on the mound that were the starting pitchers today, and he takes a swing and a miss, strike 2, as they work outer part of the plate, lower part of the zone, and between the 2 of them, they combine for 1 out. Swing and a hot smash foul towards third. Curlis came in, making his first start, his second appearance. He had gone 1-2-3 against the opposition with 3 strikeouts. Blaine Brown had worked around a pair of base runners in making 2 starts, each for 1 inning. Unfortunately, the sophomore for the Vols could not record an out, but Brady Frederick picked him up. It was impressive. There was a sac fly that plated the first run for the visitors, so they had a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the first, and then Tennessee teed off on the man in the batter's box as they hit him up for 4 runs in that initial inning. Swing and a foul ball high up the screen. It remains 0-2. Tennessee goes with the shift around towards first base. The third baseman is actually playing where the shortstop normally does. And that ball again popped up and out. It remains 0-2. So between first and second, you've got Levi Clark playing at the back edge of the infield. Same for Manny Marin, the shortstop, as he's playing towards right center. And then Chris Newstrom in shallow right, as off speed gets a swing and a foul ball that trickles over by the Tennessee dugout. So it remains an 0-2 count. Curlis leads the team with 5 home runs, 15 runs batted in. And that ball driven in the air towards right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Eisfelder will pick it up on the second hop, and it's a 1-out base runner. So it's the first hit for Curlis. And Rudy will face 1 on with 1 out.
Rudy last year for Kennesaw State, 2-0 record, 3.16 earned run average, 21 appearances, 1 start. Great walk to strikeout ratio, just 5 walks in 44 Ks.
Here is Henry Ferguson. Takes a pitch outside, ball 1. Shortstop wears the number 2. One of several from East Tennessee. A former Hardin Valley Academy Hawk. Sophomore, 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. Ball driven in the air towards left field. That's going to get down for a hit. Playing it on the hop is Myatt. Gets it quickly back into the infield. And so with 1 out, it's 2 on. Back-to-back singles in this game for Ferguson. Came into the game hitting .450. Average .442. Actually .455 to update it. So a pair of base hits in the top of the 8th with 1 out. Vols have out hit the Buccaneers 11-6 and the lead is 7-1. Here is a pinch hitter, right-handed batter, and it's strike one to Tyler Fetterman. The sophomore is a left-handed pitcher / first baseman. A 6'1" redshirt sophomore, 195 pounds from Aldie, Virginia. Swing and a pop-up foul out of play. Strike two to the batter, 0-2 the count. Appearing in his 10th game, hitting .250 for the season, has a home run, 9 runs batted in, and 5 doubles. A check of second by Rudy. The pitch, called strike on the outside corner, and that is a big second out. Both outs have been strikeouts. And there are 2 down, 2 on.
Now batting number 1, Jamie Pauline.
As Fetterman is retired.
Rudy has a lot of spin on his slider, and the batter Fetterman looked back at Rudy like, what was that, as he was starting to walk back towards the dugout.
Jamie Palmise got a single last inning, his first hit of the ball game against the right-hander. Looks at strike one on the outside corner. Called out on strikes in the fourth, flied out to right to end the first. 2 on, 2 out, top of the 8th, Tennessee 7, East Tennessee State 1. Swing and a miss. Big cut comes up empty. Curveball from Rudy had him way out in front. 2 on, 2 out, 0-2 the count. Bo Rudy for the Big Orange. Checks the runner at second. The pitch just low, and that's ball one. Newstrom, the second baseman, playing almost straight up the middle, still his normal side on the infield. Pitch flared in the air towards right field. And it'll be caught by Eisfelder, ranging to his left. Made it look easy. So a pair of singles, but in the end, no runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. We move to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tennessee 7, East Tennessee State 1, as you listen to Tennessee baseball.
Tonight's winner is Skyler Ball. Congratulations. Stop by our fans, keep it on the third base line, claim your prize. Join us back here at Lincoln Stadium again tomorrow, Wednesday, March 4th, as our Vols host Oakland University. First pitch is scheduled for 4 p.m. If you don't have tickets already, visit allballs.com today to get yours. Make sure you follow Ball Baseball on social media to stay up to date with all upcoming game information.
I remember one year, Grayson had Virgil.
New pitcher for East Tennessee State. It is senior left-hander, number 25, Cody Carwile. Last name spelled Carwile. Carwile, 6'4", 200, out of Fleming Island, Florida. He's a transfer from Georgia Tech. He's actually the second former Yellow Jacket to pitch in this game for ETSU. Carwile in the season, no record, 3.86 is the earned run average. This is his third appearance on the year, all in relief. He's worked 2 1/3 innings, given up 5 hits, 1 run that was earned. 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Carlisle has allowed 2 extra base hits, a double and a triple. Opponent sitting 500 against the new pitcher for ETSU, left-hander Cody Carlisle.
2 up for the Volunteers. It'll be second baseman Chris Newstrom, shortstop Manny Marin, and back to the top of the order, and center fielder Jay Abernathy. East Tennessee State scored a run in the top of the first. Tennessee came back with 4, bottom half of the same inning. Volunteers added a run in the 4th, 2 more in the 6th. And that's how we get to 7 runs, 11 hits for Tennessee, a run, 6 hits for the visitors from Johnson City. So Newstrom shows bunt, pulls the bat back, takes a pitch outside. Ball 1. Top of the 6th over at Lee Stadium. It has been nip and tuck between top-ranked Tennessee and Belmont. Lady Vols lead the Bruins 1-0. Again, top of the 6th. Pitch misses high. Ball 2 to Newstrom. 1:40 to go in the first half at Colonial Life Arena. Tennessee leads at South Carolina 35-26. Pitch outside, the fastball wide. 3 balls, no strikes to Newstrom. Chris, an RBI single, made it a 4-run first inning. His 5th run batted in on the year. And then his 4th extra base hit of the season, a double to left in the 6th inning. Strike on the outside corner. It's 3-1. He scored run number 5. Excuse me. He scored run number 6 for Tennessee. Called strike again. Right on the outside paint. Count that was 3-0 is 3-2. I was right the first time. He scored run number 4. So a single and a double, 2 for 3 on the day. Chris averaged at 281. That pitch is high. That's ball 4. And he will take his base as Carlisle loses the first one he faces. Big hit for Manny Marin. He drove in Newstrom with his single to left in that 4th inning. It's a 1 for 3 day. He now has 4 runs batted in on the season, a home run and a double as part of his line, and that ball is lined in the air towards left field. Ranging over towards the line, making the catch is Fetterman, and that'll be out number 1 in the inning. Ball jumped off the bat, thought it might be a little bit deeper down towards left, but it is out number 1. To the top of the order we go. Jay Abernathy, a 2-hit day. He's been on base 3 times. It's lefty versus lefty for the sophomore center fielder. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. Pitch misses low and outside. Big secondary lead for Newstrom right there. It was something to watch Carlisle kind of scramble off the mound in case his catcher needed to make a throw down to second. Bounder towards second. Up with it to second for 1. No throw to first. So it is out number 2 in the inning as ETSU cuts down the lead runner. Fielder's choice 4 to 6. And it's 2 out bases, well, 1 on for Henry Ford. Single and a run scored in the first and a 2-run blast in the 6th. He drove in runs 6 and 7. No doubt with how deep that drive was. Pitch popped out of play, first base side, strike 1. 2 for 4 in today's game. Henry has pumped his average up to 333. Shares the team lead with 4 home runs. Second on the team with 11 runs batted in. That ball grounded to the left side. The shortstop will toss to the second baseman, and that will end the inning. For Tennessee in the 8th, no runs, no hits, 1 man left. Volunteers 3 outs away from the win column. It's Tennessee 7, East Tennessee State 1 as you listen to Tennessee baseball.
Leading off in 33, Gabe Warren.
To the top of the ninth we go. First pitch misses low, ball one. Gabe Juarez took over behind the plate for East Tennessee State. Bottom of the eighth inning, and he leads off the ninth. He is a right-handed batter, took over for the catcher, Mason Alt, who was 0 for 2 with a walk and a pair of strikeouts. The 1-0 is fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Juarez wears the number 33, 6'3", 240 pounds, a senior from Reseda, California. Played at Glendale Community College before making his way east. Strike on the outside corner, count quickly, 1-2. Juarez appearing in his 5th game. He's 1 for 4, has a run batted in. He's also been hit by a pitch in terms of his line this year. 7 runs, 11 hits for Tennessee, a run, 6 hits for East Tennessee State. Swing and a pop-up foul. Count remains 1-2. Buccaneers scored the first one. Tennessee has scored the last 7. A temporary lead in the first inning. Tennessee pushed that to the side with 4 in the home half of the first, and the Vols have not looked back. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's a third strikeout for Bo Rudy, and that's out number 1 to start the 9th inning.
Now batting number 11.
Tennessee at the half at South Carolina leads 40-28 over at Lee Stadium. Lady Vols 3 outs away, leading Belmont 1-0. They have a chance for some insurance in the bottom of the 6th. Big cut comes up empty. Strike 1 to Andrew Palmer, getting a second turn. Another cut. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 to the batter. Had a single left as a pinch hitter back in the 7th. So he's got a base knock today. Down in the count 0-2 to Rudy, who fires a called strike on the outside corner. That's strikeout number 4, a punch out for the Tennessee reliever. And the Vols an out away from win number 71 all time against East Tennessee State. Would also be victory number 9 this year for Tennessee. Griffin Sorrow, right-handed hitting third baseman. He's popped out to short, struck out, and flied out to right. Pitch misses just outside. Rudy has been lighting up that outside corner to right-handed batters. Just a little wide of the plate there for ball 1. Strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Ariel Antigua gets in to the lineup as he takes over at second for Chris Newstrom. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball had Sorrow way out in front. Buccaneers down to their last strike. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, bases empty, top of the 9th. Swing and a miss. That ends the inning, and that's the ball game. 1, 2, 3 goes East Tennessee State in the top of the 9th. Bo Rudy strikes out the side to finish with 5. A measure of revenge for last year as the Bucs had won here in Knoxville. Today, Tennessee shook off an early 1-run deficit, and the Volunteers go on to a 7-1 win. The Big Orange say hello win column for the 9th time this season as they take number 92, game number 92 between these rivals. And the final score, Tennessee 7, East Tennessee State 1. Back with more in a moment as Tennessee improves to 9-3 on the season, and East Tennessee State moves on with that same record of 9-3.
We'll see you again tomorrow when our Vols take on Oakland University.